Stay tuned for additional announcements.
Hi, everybody. This is Spirit Medium Laura, and we have Susie B with us today. Thank you, Susie, for being here. Last week she was not feeling well at all, and we all wished you much healing, Susie. So maybe part of your healing was that we were wishing you well. So this is the mix, which is a mix of mediumship, which is connecting with the other side, and life messages, which is talking to you about your own life using the intelligence from spirit, psychic insight. The first 30 minutes of the show, I give other side connections, mediumship connections, preference, and then for the rest of the show, I just try to do regular readings, if you will, about your own life. But, sometimes the whole show is mediumship, depending on what we have in the queue. Right now, it looks very quiet. We do have people waiting, but not as much as usual because it's right before the new year and it's the holiday week. But every time I say that, the queue fills up later, so don't count on that, ladies and gentlemen, for any kind of substantial information. If you'd like to watch the show live, you may do so. Just go to spiritmediumtv.com, and number 2 on that website is a live feed of this show, a live video feed of the show. And by the way, if you would like to win a free session with me, all you need to do, it's very simple, is just go to spiritmediumtv.com, and on the upper right corner of that page is an opportunity for you to join our mailing list. And each month I do a drawing against the previous month's entrance. So this coming Monday, that would be, I believe, the 5th of January, I will be doing the drawing for all of December's entrants. Everybody that joined my mailing list during December. So it's kind of cool because you're not competing with everyone on my mailing list, just new people that just joined recently. And there is a benefit to be on the mailing list as well. For all of you that are already on my mailing list, you become privy to exclusive sales just for people on my mailing list, articles, announcements, and a whole gamut of other resources. So there's a good thing in being on the mailing list besides just being in the contest to win. Okay, we just got another person called in. It's going to be an exciting evening. Blip, 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 blip. See what else I need to say. Well, just about inspirations. I got so many inspirations lately. I don't even know which one to go for, really. Kind of torn between two different things, but since I do believe it probably will be a quieter night, I may do both of them. But I'll talk about, which one should I do? Well, there's one that's really on my mind, so I'll do that first. And by the way, there are a lot of new articles on my website right now. If you go to spiritmediumtv.com, or you go to the first page, which is spiritmediumlaura.com, it's the same thing. On the right, you'll see, at the very bottom on the right, you'll see my articles. And I have a whole gamut of articles right now about co-creating your life with universal mind or the superconscious mind of God or whatever your terminology is. I was watching, okay, so this is what I'm going to talk about. Just by default, my mouth took me there. I happened to be watching a PBS special the other week, and Deepak Chopra was talking, and I think it piqued my interest. I was like, oh, Deepak. And he was talking about the concept of God. What is God? He's just written a new book called The Future of God, and so I guess he's kind of doing a book tour and a promo and so on and so forth. So it was this PBS special about the future of God. And he was talking about what God is. And he was talking about how God is pure consciousness. Pure consciousness. And many of you know that Einstein said everything is energy. Well, okay, if everything's energy, what if everything is conscious energy? What if the entire universe of all universes, the infinite now, what if that were responsive to you and your thinking? Okay, and we're all taught this by The Secret and the law of attraction and blah, 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 blah. But a lot of people, they don't like the law of attraction because it doesn't work. not on its own anyway, or not unless you know how to get it to work, because there's many other laws working with it. But one of the things that Spirit channeled to me recently, or sort of just downloaded into my mind in the middle of the night, in the middle of the night, was this whole idea of how to work with the consciousness of God, how to be a co-creator with universal mind. And a specific technique was given to me that evening. And since then, I'm seeing such a direct relationship with my instructions to universal mind and results in my life. It truly is a gold mine. So I'm going to give you some of that right now. It's really rather simple, but it's also underneath it all. There's a lot of things going on, which I won't bother you with the details. But the basic idea here is that we are part of a large brain. Okay, it's not a physical brain; it's an energetic brain. It's called the infinite universe, and there's a key to get into that brain, and it is your subconscious. Okay. You have a conscious mind. That's the one that's jibber jabbering every day, run here, run there, doing this, doing that. Oh, the one that makes you frightened that you don't have enough or that you never will get what you want. That's your conscious mind. It thinks it's doing a good job, but it's not because it's frightening the living dickens out of you. And unless you know how to use your conscious mind, you're writing everything you think into your subconscious mind. Guess what? That little sucker, your subconscious, all it is doing is fulfilling what your conscious mind sent it. A lot of people talk about beliefs. Oh, it's your beliefs. Well, how? How? This is how your beliefs take root. It's not even a belief. It's just what you're running around thinking is logical. Isn't it logical that I can't find love at this age? Oh, isn't it logical that I won't be able to find employment because I'm older or because I don't have enough education or whatever the reason is, right? We always find reasons for everything. But stop for a moment and think about this. What if the only reason you're not getting what you want in life is because you don't know how to go about imprinting it as a co-creator on the superconscious mind of God? Yes, indeedy, everybody listening out there, what you think is logical reality that's fixed is truly a part of your process of creating. You're creating it. And so I'm going to give you this simple system, and then I'm going to go on to the caller. Sorry to babble so much. But basically, when you're in a meditative state, or as you're going off to sleep, or if you're taking a nap, you wake up, or you're in the middle of the night, you wake up, your mind's in that foggy daydream state. So you want to go into that state. I usually do it at night when I'm going to sleep or in the middle of the night. And then you're supposed to get in touch with your feelings. Okay? Not what you think you should have because you're frightened. Okay? That won't work. You have to get in touch with what you really want specifically, because that is your soul talking to you about what's on your evolutionary path, and the entire infinite universe is set up for that to happen. Okay, so that's a little secondary thing. So what do you really want? Get in touch with it. It's easy to get in touch with what you feel you want when you're in that daydream state, and then turn around and tell your subconscious, like it was a naughty little 8-year-old, subconscious, this is what I want you to work on today. I want you to literally go out and make it happen with the superconscious mind. Okay? So basically, there's 3 steps. What do you want? Tell your subconscious to go work on it. This is what you want. And then it happens because the subconscious goes and cannot help but imprint. The subconscious cannot help but imprint what it believes to be true into the superconscious mind of God. So those are your 3 steps. So if you have any questions about that or whatever, I am available for consultations. I'm not trying to sell my services. I'm here to do a free and hopefully helpful radio show. I've written a number of articles on it. Hopefully that's enough for you. But if not, I am available for individual sessions. Okay, so I am going to go off now, and I am going to open up the line for Lisa, and then I will get to Jared. What happened to you, Jared? You disappeared. Jared. Oh, there, Jared, somehow you got down to the bottom there. But those were the two that I have to get to. I guess it's what happens is, everybody, if you don't press that you want to talk, there's a coding thing when you call in. I think if you want to talk to the host of the show, you're supposed to press a certain button, like number 1 or something. It's on a menu of choices. And if you don't, then you get pushed down to the end of the queue. But I happen to know Jared because I spoke to him on the phone the other day. So I won't forget you, Jared. But you're coming in after Lisa. Okay, so that's why, by the way, some people can call in early to the show and never get spoken with. Okay, it's because they didn't listen to the menu and they didn't choose certain numbers. So it's caused me a little bit of grief because sometimes I get somebody upset with me. By the way, since I told you that I can never tell what these shows are going to be like, it's gotten very busy, the switchboard. So here we go to Lisa. I've only said about 13 times. Hey, Lisa, how are you, darling?
Hi. Good. How are you, Laura?
I'm good. I'm good. Now, we already had a little conversation earlier, and I know what you're interested in today. So, we are going to make another side connection for you. And I mentioned that I did feel a loving presence, and it felt primarily as a mother, and primarily. By the way, there's also someone else with your mother, not just your father, which I know you said your parents are in spirit. But I feel that there's also a sister to your mother that is in spirit, or I hear the word sister. So I just want to let you know that. I also have the sense of a woman that's a little rounder, a little bit overweight, and she also seems to have a son under her. So I don't know who this is. If it's your aunt or something, she might have a son to her, or it could be your grandma on your father's side. I don't really know who it is just yet. I'm just going to hone in a little bit more, give you a little bit more advice. Something about wearing her hair in braids when she was younger. And I have a sense of her having lighter coloring hair as its original color, this particular woman. Now, I think are you Italian American, Lisa? Did we talk about this before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Okay, because this woman, I would normally think Italian Americans have darker hair, what have you, but I'm seeing a lighter color hair on this particular woman. So just to review, she's may not be your mother. Okay, she could be in the family in another way or somewhere related to the family, but she's got lighter hair and she's a little bit rounder in figure, and her original color was lighter. It looks like she might have liked to braid it when she was younger. Does this resonate for you in any way, please?
It could be my mother's mother, because my mother was half Irish.
Oh, okay. And do you have an uncle then? Because there's a male
Yes.
under her. Okay. So your mother has a brother, and this grandma has a son. Okay. So she's here. She's saying hello. Yeah, she's laughing a little bit. Irish soda bread and things like that. And she does show the hair braided, and she's got very nice complexion, by the way. In her I can't really say. She's got the weight on her now, so whatever. It looks like middle age. She's still got some weight on her, and she's got rosiness in her cheeks. A white kind of milky cream complexion and rosiness in her cheeks. She laughs a little bit, and to be honest with you, the dental situation was not very good. It looks like she was unable to have teeth taken care of. Some of the teeth are a little bit knocked out of her mouth, or she just didn't care about it. It didn't really matter. I feel that there are a number of children there under her, like not just your mom and your uncle, but there seems to be other siblings there. Do you understand, please, this for this particular grandma? That she had other children.
Yeah, my mother.
Yeah, my mother's mother had several children, not just the two of them. There was a big family, Irish Catholic, carried around a lot of grief with them in the home. I don't know what she means by grief in the home. I'm going to find out. We'll see what do you mean by that, Grandma? We carried a lot of grief around with us in the home. We weren't allowed to be happy much. We were all very serious kinds of people. We believed in stability. We believed in hard work, which is serious sort. So, and there was also, people in the family. It's a very strictly raised family, very strict, even with the Catholic religion and all that, very, very strict. Do you understand that, please, for Mom's family? Because I hear it was very strict.
Yeah.
Very clean.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, very clean. very clean, scrubbing the ears and all that business. If somebody did something wrong, she'd be pulling them by their ear or whatever and telling them to stop that or spit that out, or I'll wash your mouth out with soap, things like that. Very, very strict. She says, you're not at all like that, Lisa. You're a very good and kind person to your family, and you're an easygoing temperament. And I'm so proud and happy with you, she says, because you're always opening up doors. Yeah, you're always opening up doors to help others. You never shut people out. You're always lending a helping hand to always give to others, to give to charity. And I believe you even give to Catholic charity. She seems to be going on about that. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a dog, please? You have a dog, please, Lisa?
In what?
I don't know yet. In spirit. There's a dog in spirit with Grandma that's sitting at her feet.
Okay.
Says hello to you also. It looks like it was a dog of yours. And it looks like it left Earth about 2-3 years ago for you, from you, if you will. Do you understand a dog that left you just a couple of years ago, please?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She takes care of the dog for you. She loves you very much. She says dogs don't really need care here in the spirit world. She says, but he's here lapping up every little sugar sweet or every little treat I give him. She says he loves all the love I give him. She says he deserves to have love like you gave him, and I look after him. Your mother is here with her also. I'm going to just take a quick look at her because that's what I think you were hoping for, is somebody closer to you, closer in generation to you. And then I have to go on because they do have a lot of callers. So your mother's here. Let me see what there's going to be for that. Now, in contrast, your mother does look more slender, and I believe that she lost a lot of weight towards the end of her life. You understand, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I believe that it was a wasting away, which usually means cancer. Do you understand, please, for Mom?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. She says, oh, she had darker hair. Mom did.
Yeah.
I see brown hair on her. It's nice. Nicely, the vision she gives me is when her hair doesn't look like it's white in the vision she's giving me. It looks like it's brown. It looks like it's of a thicker nature, up to shoulder length, with a curve at the end that's like a flip that they used to wear. So she's showing me a hairstyle that was more maybe during the 70s or the 60s. I don't really know when. I mean, some women still wear their hair like that. There's a little bit of a bang that goes off to the side on it. It looks like she dyed her hair too at some point because there's a little bit of that look to it. She gives me all these little details. She said, you took care of me a lot when I was sick. She said, you didn't leave me out of your sight. You didn't let me go out of your sight. She says, sometimes, and she's a little sarcastic in a cute way, it was a little much,
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. She says, Lisa, let me go. I mean, not let me go to God or to Spirit, but, it's enough already. You're fussing over me so much, fluffing the pillows, bringing me soup. And then she says, oh, I couldn't eat much of that stuff anyway. It was really not well at all. She says, my stomach hurt so much when they gave me that stuff. I think she means chemo, if you will. She wants you to take better care of your own health. She says you've been getting into trouble lately without really. Have you? Okay, what she's talking about is getting food from takeout, getting a lot of takeout, not cooking for yourself. Do you understand, please, Lisa? You're not cooking for yourself.
Yeah, I've been living out of my car.
Oh, that's right. You're the Lisa that's having that. Oh my God, you poor thing. Lord of mercy.
I've been since May.
Ay. Oh, no wonder she's saying that. Okay. She says things will get better, honey, overall. She says just keep the faith and keep doing what you're doing. Are you the one that told me that you were doing some volunteer work and it didn't turn into a job, Lisa?
It did, Laura. They hired me, and then after a month, they ran me out.
Dee. Oh. Oh. She says, Mom. Yeah. Well, Mom says it's just, she says you're going to get a little bit poetic here, a little bit just philosophical. That, she says, don't give in. Everything will change. She says you're a good girl. She says you have a lot to offer, particularly your heart and your kindness. And she says, don't give up. Everything is going to change. You're just being tested by the higher ups now, that you would have faith in your higher power and in God. And she says, indeed, there is a God. And I can tell you firsthand, this is a beautiful place where I live. So don't you give up on yourself, my dear, because your life is going to get better. Now, I'm going to add a little bit into that, Lisa. Okay. One of the things that hit me, and this is for everybody listening, this is a universal message. We always get upset because we think our circumstances are fixed. We think, oh, we don't have something we need or want, and therefore that's the way it is. And what I said earlier on the show about creating by talking to your subconscious mind about what you really, really want and giving it the assignment to go out and create that. Okay, there's several articles on my website, and you can listen to this again. You'll hear it again. It works. It works. Okay, because I'll give you another reason why it works. Now, maybe this will help you a little bit. Scientists, modern physics, quantum physics, is now discovering, or has over the last couple of years, that there is no real fixed objective reality, that it is subatomic particle. Okay, you cannot know an object like a subatomic particle, like a quark, if you will, until it is observed. So the postulate to that is, Lisa, and everybody listening, that there is no objective reality. There's nothing really fixed. We're all creating it by observing it. So I want you to start observing or stating to your subconscious that you are now employed because you deserve it, and because you're a wonderful person, and because you can add something into a business, into somebody's life, however it works out for you. Did you ever do any kind of elder care, anything like that, Lisa?
Yes.
Okay, because
Yes,
that's you're good at that. That's your best chance, and you can get individual clients. So that's what your message is. That's waiting for you. Do some of the spiritual work behind it. It's like a prayer is basically what I'm saying. And don't lose the faith. Okay, my love?
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, honey. God bless. Bye-bye. Okay. I'm going to move down to Nathan. I'm sorry, to Jared. Jared, please forgive me. I wonder if there's a Nathan in spirit. Hello, Jared, honey. How are you, honey?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. So, everybody listening, I already know Jared has lost his beautiful dog. Okay. And it's a rather recent loss. I don't know much else other than that. So I'm going to see who I'm going to call this animal in and hopefully bring in some evidence. Oh, the first thing I get is a lot of barking, happiness, tail wagging, saying hello to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. I see, I'm trying to get the size and the breed. I'm not real great at that. But what I do see is it reminds me of a dog who's mid-size, not real large. I could be wrong on that, but that's what I'm seeing. And it reminds me, it reminds me of a terrier type dog with ears that fold forward. It seems to have a lighter color with a darker color and a longer snout. If I were to say anything, it reminds me of a fox terrier, but it's a bigger dog than a fox terrier, so I don't know the breed of that. Does that make sense to you, Jared?
It does.
Okay.
She was unique, but yeah.
Yeah. In that type, that genre, but a little bigger body than a fox terrier. I think she might have even.
She was unique for her breed, but yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Well, then she's here. Okay. Now she seems to have if she's a mixed breed, she seems to have something that looks a little bit like a just to continue with the visuals that she's shooting at me, a little bit of a boxer. I'm bad with breeds. Pit bull, boxer, kind of. There's something about her face that looks very smart and very sharp. So it's like a pit bull. Yeah, there's a little pit bull in her. Not 100%. At least seems like a little bit in there. Okay, so she's giving me very specific information. She's very, very smart, this dog. Extremely, extremely smart. She also says eccentric. She says she liked to do her things her own way, and she shows me at times she would pick at garbage if you didn't watch her constantly. And I don't know if she's doing that to tease you or what that was all about, but she shows me herself going into the garbage a lot, and you always had to watch her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah. Yep. And she says, "See, Daddy, I'm here. I'm not gone. She says, I'm still picking at the garbage in the house. And it seems like outside, I think she's showing me actually herself outside, like as if sometimes she'd get out the gate or get out the house when you weren't looking and would run over to maybe somebody's garbage pail and try to get into it. She's actually showing me outside the house. So that might have been another one of her little eccentricities or tricks. And she says to me, to tell you that, you know something, every time I did that, I was laughing inside. She was laughing because she knows how upset you would get. Okay. Sometimes you just let her go, but other times you would get upset, and sometimes you'd let her go because you couldn't stop her, But most of the time she could rile you up or get you excited by that, and she would laugh. And she's a happy dog inside, very very happy dog inside. There's something to do with squeeze toys or some kind of toy that, I don't know, maybe she had it when she was younger, I don't really know, but I see a toy around her sometimes, playing with the toy. Okay, she's saying, I was always like a puppy, I never really grew up. And that was the hardest part for you, because I always seemed like this little baby, like a little child or whatever. I never really kind of grew out of being a puppy, she says, or being playful. And she says, I love to play with you. You also seem to be playing catch with her. It looks like either a bone. It looks like a bone, actually. There might have been times when you threw a bone, and it looks like in the backyard. Do you understand backyard and bone, please? Playing bone catch.
Yes.
Okay. You love.
Yes.
She says you love that game more than I did. She says, brace yourself for this, Jared, I did it more to humor you. She says, I was smarter than that. She says, I could get into the garbage if I wanted to now, couldn't I? No, she loved the game. I'm just teasing you a little bit. But she literally does say that she, at times would play with you because she just wanted to interact and to let you know that she was there. But she's smarter than the bone game. Because you might have noticed, because I have to honor this, you might have noticed sometimes it was hard for you to motivate her to play the bone game. Yes?
Yeah, I guess sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, she's saying because she was bored with the bone game, she preferred to go play with the garbage, which you didn't want her to do. So, she wanted to do her own thing. She's very smart, very, very smart dog. She says, you were the kindest guy I could ever know. She says, you treated me royally, even when I was bad. Now, there's some vision here. You do live in Florida. Why do I see this? I don't know. But I see a basement, and I see stairs going down to the basement. And as she's talking about being treated nicely, something about going down into the basement. So you must have lived in another part of the country where they have basements before, and you had her with you, I'm assuming. Hold on. Oh, okay. It seems like relatives, like your parents perhaps live in a house like this. Um, do you understand that your parents had a house with a basement, please? Up north somewhere.
I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody outside of my family from Florida, and Florida doesn't really have basements, so that's probably before me.
Did you get her before you? I mean, she had a life before?
No.
Okay, you had it from puppyhood on?
No, she was born with me.
Okay. Well, I'm wondering why she shows me there's something to do with the basement or walking. Oh, let's just assume it's walking downstairs. You have a 2-story house then?
No.
Okay. Well, okay, let me see if she could develop this a little bit, because as she tells me you're the kindest owner in the world, she says something about going downstairs. Looks like, okay. So what she's basically doing, and I don't know how she would know this, okay? Maybe she is able to talk with other dogs at times, but there's some dogs that are put in the basement and locked there if they misbehave. She's showing me that she's telling me how you never would do anything like that to her. You would never lock her away. You wouldn't put her in a corner. She's always part of your life, part of the household. So she wants to just say that, and I need to honor it. So maybe I'm going to ask her this. It's kind of interesting. I've never heard this before. I don't have her name, so you're going to have to bear with me. Hold on, love. I think that she was able to talk to other dogs. She knows that other dogs have had worse circumstance than she has with you. She's basically, she doesn't want to say spoiled, but you treated her well, like a human child, like a human person, and the way you would treat your own children if you had any. So I'm assuming you don't have children then. Is that correct, love? She said
no, she was my baby.
She was your baby. Okay. She says, I'm sorry that I had to leave you the way I did. in the lurch like that. She said, but it was my time to go see God. She says, I wasn't ready to stay here anymore. I couldn't stay here. She says, you did the right thing. And she says, I'm at peace now. I feel good. I'm not hurting anymore. Hold on. I'm not hurting anymore. I feel good. I'm healthy again, and I feel really good. I'm here with with my mother who gave birth to me, and other people in the family, my family. In other words, other dogs, but she's also saying some other people in your family, humans. Let me see if I could find who they are. There are some other people from your family that are with her also taking care of her, and one of them feels like a mother figure to you. It could be a grandma or an aunt or not, something like that. There's other members of the family that are around her. She says, I'm in good hands here, and I run in the fields, and I eat of the flowers as much as I want. She says, I just don't have to worry about this is funny. I don't have to worry about where I go to the bathroom, though. She says, I do whatever I want. So she's happy in spirit now, and she's got her friends, and she's got flowers. She can chew up all the flower beds she wants, and she won't get into trouble. And she does come into your room a lot to say hello. And she's only been gone a week, though, right? You said only a week, right?
Yeah, I feel like she came to me in my dream the night I had to put her down.
Yeah, well, she's saying she does come into your room at night to say hello, and so I'm assuming she means into your dreams, although there might be other ways to do that. You know what's kind of interesting, Jared and everybody listening? If you were to get the book called Journey of Souls by Dr. Michael Newton. He's a PhD, Dr. Michael Newton, Newton. He does regression hypnosis for humans between their lifetimes. And he talks about a soul that's transitioned to spirit, how they try to communicate in dreams with their loved ones on Earth. Kind of interesting that it's a skill. And your lovely dog figured it out. Okay? She probably has some guides there with her. She has a couple of angels with her that helped her with that. But she says, I'll be back in your dreams soon. She says, she gives you a big lick, and she's happy that you called in. She's around you. Okay?
Oh, wow. That's great.
Yeah, yeah. So, as I recommended, I wanted to make sure I could bring her in. If you still want your own session, just let me know, darling. We'll set that up for you. Okay, love?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jared. Take care, honey. God bless. Bye-bye.
You too.
Bye-bye. Okay, everybody, I forgot to say Happy New Year. Happy holidays. I also want to remind you that if you would like to be in to win a free session with me, every month I do a contest. And all you need to do to win a free session with me is go to spiritmediumtv.com, and on the right there you'll see a form, and you can enter the mailing. You can enter the contest by joining my mailing list there. And you will find that it is not that difficult to win, as each month I only take that month's members on the mailing list. So you're not competing with my whole mailing list. You're only competing with a few people. Okay? Thank you all for calling in. Okay, so now I'm going to go to Cindy, who wants an other side connection. Oh, yes, Cindy.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, I remember this,
Hi,
Cindy. Cindy Q. How you doing, honey?
It is Cindy Q. Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, darling. I'm good. And I'm so sorry. The last time we spoke, everybody, Cindy and I were supposed to be in a live event, and it was canceled. I think you weren't told it was canceled, and you showed up for the event.
Yeah, I showed up. Yeah, and I was really looking forward to seeing you. So hopefully soon you'll have another live event.
Hopefully.
Well, I think I was going to West Palm Beach.
Yeah.
You're more down Delray, aren't you?
I am. Yeah, I tend not to do live events anymore because this is my live event. Because I'm also doing live circles for Voices Beyond the Veil, which is a research project, and they do mediumship with me. But this is for now, because I find it's really draining, to get yourself, go all the way there and everything. So I just try to do it this way as much
Right.
as I can. But anyway,
Right.
here we are,
Well,
my
it's
dear.
nice talking to you anyway.
Yeah, it's great talking to you. So let me see who's there in spirit. Now, I do feel a few times I've always felt this. There's two young men to you. One was a neighbor's son, I believe, or friend's son, and the other one I think was your own son. Is that correct? I had your own son from spirit.
No, my own son. No, my own son is still very much with me in the earthly plane. But a friend's son has passed.
Okay, well, I'm just going to let you know, I feel him, I feel your father, I felt your mother, I think I could feel her now. So I brought in a few different souls for you. So what I'm going to do with you, my dear, is tell me who you're calling for. If it's not any of those three, just say it's not one of those three, and then I'll look to see who else is there. For the sake of...
It's not one of those.
Okay. There is a female also. Oh, I brought her in also for you. There's a female there who died of cancer. She looks like she's carrying a little extra weight on her. She's got a full bust line. She's a friend of yours. She seems to be working in the had worked in the medical profession as well. And I think I've already brought her in for you as well. Yes, Cindy?
It's possible. She didn't die of cancer. She was my best friend that I donated my kidney to.
Okay, she's in spirit now. And I did bring her in.
Last year.
Yeah. Okay, so she's here. Is that the one you're wanting, love?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, let's go to her then. Now, she shows a very robust physique before perhaps the end. Yeah, like as if she's got a thick midsection, quite built in the bust line area. She's got one of those bodies a little bit wider on top than in the hip area, if you will, in general. Yeah. She seems to be having her hair is kind of like how do I explain this? It's got like a length to it, like as if it was layered and softly waved around the head, but it also looks like she might have liked to spray it or coif it a little bit more because it's not.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, good. And she also seems to have a reddish tinge to the hair, so if she wasn't her original color red, there's some red in it. Maybe she dyed it with a little bit of a red hue to the hair, but mostly in the brown family.
Yeah, like a strawberry blonde.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a reddish there. Okay, so she's here. Okay, she's here. She has a pointed nose. She's got high cheekbones, got nice eyes. She says to me, I don't see it. She says, and I also had a more ruddy complexion. She says, or I liked, oh, that's interesting. She says, I liked the sun, to sunbathe. Does that make sense to you?
Okay. Yes.
Oh, okay. She's actually.
And because of her medication after the transplant, she
couldn't
do
do it
anymore.
Oh, okay. All right. So she's actually saying, I like the sun. I love to be in the sun. I love to get outdoors. I love to smell the roses, smell the air. She says, now I get all of that where I am now. I get all of that much, much more. There's a sense of having stomach aches. Now, I don't know why she would have a stomach ache with the kidney. Maybe that's part and parcel of a kidney thing. I don't know. But I also sense a stomach ache going along with that. And also, obviously, a drain on energy. Is there anything else?
Right.
She says I was a little bit flabby in the middle. She laughs a little bit about it. She says I just couldn't hold water down. I couldn't hold food down. I don't understand that because I don't know much about kidney failure.
She ended up passing away from Creutzfeldt-Jacob's disease, which is similar to mad cow. It's where your whole muscle, the muscles, and neurologically dementia. I mean, your whole body just breaks down. So towards the end, she couldn't eat, she couldn't swallow.
Oh, okay. Now you see everybody listening, and you too, Cindy. Laura's thinking she died of kidney failure because you said that, but she's going on about all these other symptoms, and I'm like, what the heck?
Kidneys were fine. Yeah, I donated my kidney to her, and it worked perfectly until she passed. She ended up getting Creutzfeldt-Jacob's disease, which is a wasting disease. So it took about a year before she actually passed.
Okay.
Diagnosis.
Now that is perfect evidence because Laura was going in one direction and she's giving me all this other information. So that's very, very good evidence because it shows it's not what I would have thought. She's talking about, I'm giving it to you, I'm sticking my neck out here and you understand what it means. Also the wasting away. Yeah, the wasting away is what I always read as Cancer, so that makes me understand better why I say Cancer, because I always get a sense of wasting away with her every time I bring her in.
Sure.
Now
And it definitely because your muscles atrophy as well as your brain. I mean, everything just like slowly, the very slow progressive shutdown.
there's something about hands that she shows me, either your hands or her hands. Okay, her hands. Uses her hands. Her hands are red. They look rough and they look red. And this may not have to do with her wasting away and the disease or whatever. I have no idea. But it's like as if she had them in water a lot during her life, or they were just naturally red and rough. Does that make any sense to you in any way, please? She's showing me her hands.
No, not that I can think of.
Okay.
No.
Well, let the record state she's showing me her hands. Maybe you have something wrong with your hands. Do you have something wrong with your hands right now? Are they in water a lot?
My hands are fine.
Okay. All right. I don't know what that means then. We'll just leave that alone.
Yeah.
She says something about that. Okay, come on, tell me, love. There's an M name, like a Mary or something like that, also coming in. I don't know who that is for. What about the hands? Anything you want to say about the hands? I'm asking her.
Okay.
My hands were inflamed, she says, a lot, and they itched a lot, and they were rough. So if you don't know about that, maybe something that will hit you later, but she's going on about her hands. They itched.
Okay.
They itched, they were inflamed a lot, and there was, she says she had rosacea of the skin also. Besides all these.
Yeah, she did. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So besides all these other things going on, she also had rosacea, and she says it seemed to hit. I never heard of rosacea on the hands, but she says it hit her hands a lot, and it affected her hands a lot, and it made them very rough and also itchy to that, and itchy to the touch. I don't know what she means by that either, but she's saying those things. So anyway, she's coming in very clearly, Cindy. There's something about an anniversary of her passing at this time of year, and that's why you're specifically interested in this connection. Is that correct, please?
She passed in September.
Okay, well, there's some anniversary now that's going on.
Her birthday's in a week.
Oh, okay. So that's why you're interested. She says it's also the anniversary of my heartache. My heartache of leaving home. Okay, I don't know, but maybe it has something to do with her illness. Let me just see if I could develop a little. I left Earth around this time as well, she says. Totally in my heart, I left at this time of year. She says,
it was around her birthday and my birthday. We're a week apart, where I started noticing forgetfulness in her dementia. Like she forgot my birthday, the year she was diagnosed, that was devastating for me because she never forgot anything.
Right.
So we started noticing around her birthday, my birthday, which would be beginning of January, that there was something.
Exactly. Exactly. So she's saying, she's bringing that to her attention just for evidence. She's doing a great job of communicating here. She says, I love you, Cindy, very, very much. She says, you're family to me, and of course with the kidney donation, everything.
Well, I was with her when she passed, too. It was just her and I.
Oh, wow. She says, yes. You held my hand, you let me go. You told me to go.
Did, yeah,
Let me go to Spirit.
Yeah.
She says, I'll be forever grateful for you giving me the courage to let go. She said, I wasn't ready, except for your courage. You gave me courage. If it weren't for you, I know that we'll be together again someday. And she says, when you said that to me, that we'll be together again someday, I was able to let go. So I just want you to know this.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So you must have said to her, don't worry, we'll be together someday. And that gave her the courage to let go. So she's thanking you for looking after her stuff, her family, people she's left behind. She says,
I just visited them 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, she says, I'll be forever great. I'll be eternally great. I am eternally grateful for you for that. That was another reason why I was able to let go, because I knew you would carry on for me. Carry on in the spirit of things, she says. Carry on in the spirit of things. And she says, don't get lost under the mistletoe. Don't get lost under the mistletoe this time around. She says, sometimes you get a little bit crazy around this time of the year. She says, just hang in there, Cindy. Things are going to get better for you. The holidays can be sensitive for people, particularly if you've had loss. So, yeah, so you've had a lot of loss, Cindy. You've had a lot of loss, honey.
I have, yeah.
And it feels
a lot in the last year.
Yeah, it feels like you must be now an empty nester or something, because the sense of you having the home empty, or something to that effect. I'm getting that sense around you. Make sense, please.
Yes.
She says things are going to.
All my kids are grown, but my husband had a stroke, was diagnosed with dementia, so he's kind of lost to me too. So it sometimes feels like when he's here that he's not really here.
Absolutely. It's like as if you're all alone right now.
Exactly.
Yeah. She says, I'm here for you. She says, call on me anytime you want. You're not alone.
Every day.
Okay.
I do every day.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Cindy, I'm going to let you go, honey. God bless, and thank you so much for calling in.
God bless you. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, love. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, that was a beautiful session. I am going to go to somebody with a life question. We've got a lot of other side people, but I'm going to try to get in somebody with a life question. And I have to go to Stasel if I can find him. There he is, because he's been waiting very, very patiently. Stasel?
Hi.
Hi, honey. Hi, sweetheart. Just shoot me your question and don't give me any background. Just your question, please.
Love life.
Okay, I need a question. Okay, I'll make a question. Are you going to have a love life, or is there somebody in your life you want to know if it's going to work out, or will you ever forget the past and the trauma of that? Okay. All right. Yeah, you're looking. All right, let me go forward. Let me go forward then, honey. Just relax. Relax. You will have somebody soon. You will have somebody soon. Feels like you've been putting in a lot of work on this subject. Okay, you've been doing your homework, and it looks like you've gone for a body makeover, a spiritual, a mind, body, spirit makeover. You've really put yourself out there. You're really trying to meet somebody, and you will be rewarded. It won't take that much longer. You did have a lot of work to do on yourself. Spirit is saying there were a lot of things you had to let go of from the past. Some of it's very emotional. I feel that there was something very abusive that happened to you, and that had to be digested, looked at, and then spit out like a bitter taste in your mouth to finally clear that. And you've done all that work. So I would say, from all this information coming in from your divine beings, that you're well on your way to meeting somebody in the near future. I would say perhaps in January, as early as that. So get ready, my man. Get ready. Okay, honey?
Do they give you like any clues about this person?
Someone very much like you and looking for the same things that you're looking for. And so I need to also say, and this is for everybody listening, that when a future prediction is made, it is always dependent on you doing your share of it. Now, as I already mentioned, you did a lot of work, but by the mere fact that you're asking me the question of what's this person going to be like or look like, then it shows a little bit of insecurity. I know that sounds bizarre, but a little bit of insecurity, like, oh, when's he coming in? When's he coming in? So I want to put your, so if you're nervous, you'll block it. Can't be nervous. You just have to know it's coming in at number one. And number two, don't forget what I said earlier today about co-creation. Have a little sit down with your subconscious. Okay? Say to your subconscious, yo, you better get to work here. Don't forget your subconscious, like this little innocent 8-year-old that just does what you tell it. So if you don't have, right? So tell it, hey, yo, go out, make it happen with superconscious mind or whatever your terminology is. And I'm here. I'm ready. I'm giving you your directive because Stasel, your external world is not fixed. It's something you can change with the right thinking. So with all the work you've done already, with the right thinking and with a positive attitude coming from love and not fear, you're going to have what you want. Okay?
Okay.
All right, honey. Thanks a lot. God bless. Happy New Year.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Sure. Thank you, honey. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Okay, just want to remind everybody, if you want to be in the contest to win a free reading or free session with me, I don't like to call them readings because, as you just heard what I did with Stacy, I don't read you. That makes you sound like you have nothing to do with it, right? What I do is I empower you through co-creation and psychic insights. If you want a free session, want to win a free session with me, join my mailing list. All you need to do is go to the upper right portion of spiritmediumtv.com, and there on the right you're going to see a form. Fill it in, join my mailing list, and there's a lot of other goodies you get for doing that. Okay, so we have a couple of minutes left. Let's see who we've got. Sharon here. Oh, Sharon. Sharon. Hi, sweetie. How are you today?
Thanks for taking my call. It's like it off the cabinet.
Oh, yeah, really? Oh, you want to come over my house and wipe off some of my cabinets?
Oh, if you could even
Oh, yeah.
walk in mine, I would.
Oh,
No
yeah.
problem. You know, it's so much easier for me to clean and do anything for anybody else but myself. I don't know.
I know. It's always that way, isn't it? Isn't it like that?
It is.
Okay, so
It is.
looks like you're here for an other side connection.
Yeah.
And I do feel there's a couple of different people in spirit for you, but one of them is this older female. Feels like could be a grandma or mother, something like that. Something about the way you're cleaning right now. This just reminded me of her. I see a woman who's petite. She's wearing right now. She's wearing a dress. It's darker colored. She's petite, short. Her body is a little on the thicker side, but she's not real fat or anything. She's just thick in the middle. I'm going to have to ask you to kind of like stop cleaning right now so I can hear you and you can hear me.
It's not me. It's my dog, and I get so mad at her.
Oh.
Pile of papers, and she decided to try to play.
Okay, isn't that wonderful? So what I see is this older woman who's short. She's not real tall. Okay, and
Okay.
she's got her hair. I think it's probably grandma or something like that, or let's just be a little broader about it. She's wearing a dark dress with short sleeves, cap sleeves, and she's also cleaning a little bit. She likes things spick and span. She reminds me of somebody. You don't sound like you would be of this ethnic background, but she reminds me of somebody who would be more Mediterranean type. Okay, she seems to have that kind of ethnicity to her. But you don't seem like your background is Mediterranean type, right?
No, but
You might know somebody like that. Okay.
I have friends, yeah, and
Okay. Well, I think that she's maybe a friend of, a mother or grandma of one of your friends, and she's like here. Okay, she shows up, and she's fastidious and cleaning. She's cleaning right around or along with you. She likes what you're doing around the house, keeping things neat and tidy. Her hair is on the shorter side. It's got a little bit of a wave to it. It looks like the original color was dark, but it also looks like it stayed dark-ish with some white in it to the latter part of her years. There's a sense of her having a cancer, which is, and there's also a male to her as if she had a son. So whatever this person is like a mother, grandma, or a friend who's male of yours, or a person you know that's a man.
okay. I think I might know who it is. I had wanted to connect with a friend of mine's parents who I never got to meet. I don't know, has she ever met me or not?
Well, I can say no, but I prefer her to give me information that you didn't lead me into.
Right.
So let me see if I get to. That's all right, honey. Because I was like, I'm out on a limb here, and it's working out really well because she's not of your ethnic background, and there she is, cute as a button, cooking and cleaning and all around you, buzzing about. Well, let me see. I'm going to ask her that question. What do you say, Grandma, Mom? Okay, she says, I'm going to show you in another way. Now, I mentioned something about, okay, there's also heart problems, not just cancer. There's something in the stomach and the bowel area that bothers her very frequently. She had to go to the bathroom a lot. You might have heard her, I think it's her son that this is. I see the male in her more than the female. In other words, if this couple that you knew, seems like she's more the mother of the son. Okay, and you might have heard him or them complaining about her incontinence a lot. And I know that's an odd thing for them to say, but that's what she's saying to me. Do you remember anything about that or complaining about that, having problems with incontinence?
An aunt did, yes.
Okay, what about
An aunt of mine.
Okay, well now,
Short, she was short.
was she Mediterranean type? We have to go back to what I started with.
No, but she has dark hair. The Mediterranean I can't place.
Okay, so let me go over what I said because I don't want us to be all over the map. Is a petite woman, a little thick in the middle. She's cute as a button. Her, by the way, I didn't say this. Her calves are very narrow and thin, and there's a lot of muscle on her calves. Not big calves, they're narrow calves, but she's got the sense of muscularity to her. There's thickness in the middle. She's clean. Her hair is looks like it's coiffed nicely. It's mid-length to shorter length. It's got some wave in it. Looks like she styled it, like to have it done, or she didn't let it go wild. It's nicely coiffed. She's very clean and neat. She was helping you clean just now in the house with you. I said something about cooking and cleaning, but it says everybody does that, so it's not really that evident. But the thing is, the stomach area and the incontinence, bowels, problems there. Okay, and also the other thing is, not only do I hear cancer for her, but there's a little bit of cancer. It's like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. There's also heart problems. There's something right in the middle of the chest there bothering her as well. And I see her, it looks like she might have gotten dizzy a lot and or had fainting spells, something like that. Do you understand this for anyone you would know, please, all these things together?
Possibly my neighbor's mother. She's Indian.
Oh, okay.
This woman be Indian, Native American Indian.
Could be that. All I can. But I want everything. Everything should, for the most part, match her. So again.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So she's in your house now. She's helping you clean a little bit.
Wow.
She was pretty fastidious with the house. She was very clean with the house. She liked to cook. She shows me something about, even though it's Native American, something about bread pudding, things like that, American dishes. She did also. She didn't just do native dishes. She says, I don't think she was first generation. She was, integrated into the culture here, Western culture. She says she wasn't out of the house a lot towards the end. She was bedridden a lot, and she said she had a lot of problems with indigestion and bowel problems. That's her major thing. And I mentioned cancer, and there's something in the middle of the chest bothering her. There's also a male under her. So out of your neighbors, if one of them is a male, it seems like she had a son. Yes, there's a son under her.
With that past, there's a grandson. There's grandchildren with her.
Okay, that's fine.
But my aunt, there is a son. So I she's not Mediterranean, but she has dark hair and would kind of look that way.
90 seconds.
Okay, well, we have about a minute or so left on the show.
I don't know.
So let's try to figure it out. Let's try to get it on somebody. Did your aunt you said your aunt had a son. Did your aunt have bowel problems and or digestive problems?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So it looks like it's probably your aunt. Let me see.
No cancer that I knew of, but.
Okay, well, the cancer then's incorrect. But let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater, excuse the phrase, but sometimes you get 10 things right, and you get one thing wrong, and a person is thrown off. This is very specific. Your aunt, was she on the petite size in terms of height? Like shorter? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And she has her calves are very tight. There's not a lot of, okay. And she also seems
when she was younger, she was a beauty queen.
Oh, okay. Well, as I see her older, and she shows me the dress ends under under her knees, but there's enough of it for me to see these really tight kind of calves. You know how people get older, their calves can get
Right.
very tight and slender. So it's like that looking, okay? And one of the things she's doing, I didn't say this yet, Sharon, she's got like a feather duster and she's going up and down blinds. It's one of the things she likes to do.
10 seconds.
So I don't know if that gives you any more information. So what I'm going to say is she's popping in tonight to say hello. Did this, you said it's an aunt, right? An aunt, you said?
Right.
Did she have heart problems?
Yeah.
Okay. So the cancer was incorrect, but everything else was correct, pretty much. And I think that it's your aunt. So let me just go on with that for a moment. She's giving you a big kiss, by the way, right now, because she's in your living room with your dining room area with you. She's giving you a big kiss, big hug, and she says, "Thanks for recognizing me. Now take care of your house more, because I like it clean, and I like it when you clean." She says, "I'm around you more than you realize," and she laughs a little bit, especially in the kitchen when you think I should put a smidge more of this or a little less of that. She says she's giving you advice on cooking. Anyway, honey. Oh,
Wow.
yeah. I just want to let you go, honey. God bless, and thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. Bye-bye. Okay, everybody, I just want to say thank you. This turned to be a very busy show, as in the beginning, you never can tell. In any now, tons of people here. In any event, again, if you want to be in the contest to win a free session with me, just go to spiritmediumtv.com and join the mailing list there, and you will be competing with only the entrants from December. Next week, I will be announcing the winner. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Have a blessed evening. God bless, and Happy New Year. Bye-bye.